Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and otherwise. I'm Lamar Haven. Welcome back to Professor Layton and the Last Specter. Let's have the game recap exactly what happened last time, shall we? Our story so far. Layton realizes that he must find the true Specter in order to clear Lucia and Ariana of suspicion. After setting a trap, the group explores the abandoned factory where the Specter was last headed. And we were just on our way inside, through the rear entrance. Oh my. Abandoned places always have broken windows. It's nice how the shards cast light. Don't touch the broken glass. Alright, this place does look a little scary. And there's a lot of fumes around here, huh? Interesting. There seems to be a lot of hidden spots in this place for your typical steam car factory, Professor. I agree. And look at this. These machines haven't been used in years, yet not a spot of rust. Do you suppose someone has been maintaining them in case the factory reopens? Or is the factory still in use? Yes, that's definitely suspicious. Light marked with a number 1 lit up. Interesting. This gentleman here is probably going to be a problem. This is a steam engine. So it is steam that's covering the town, probably, not fog. I figured they would mention it if there's something off about the fog. Large hose coming out of the contraption. Alright, well... let's look at the obvious elephant in the room, and I don't mean to make fun of his weight. I mean the fact that it's obvious he wants to fight. Oh, it's you lot! I don't know how you got here. You better make a sharp exit. You again? Did you need to speak with my boot again? Hey, hold on a second. No more hurting. Just wanted to give you this puzzle. This better not be some sort of trick. I'm warning you, I won't hold back this time. Puzzle number 130. The 4 weights worth 30 picarettes. A rack contains 9 identical-looking weights ranging from 1 to 9 kilograms. 4 of these weights were removed from the rack and arranged side by side. 1 pair of side-by-side weights had a weight difference of 8 kilograms, while 2 pairs had a weight difference of 7 kilograms. Which weights were removed from the racks and how were they arranged? Okay, 1 pair had a difference of 8 kilograms. The only possible way for that to work is for 1 and 9. While 2 pairs had a weight difference of 7 kilograms. I'm not entirely sure what this is trying to ask me. 1 pair of side-by-side weights had a weight difference of 8 kilograms. While 2 pairs... oh, okay, so because there's 3 pairs that you can find here because it's side-by-side. Okay, I see what they're saying. 2 pairs had a difference of 7. So these are a difference of 8. Let's know. Difference of 8, difference of 7. Difference of 7, difference of 8, difference of 7.
I'll handle this one, Professor. You can't let a puzzle intimidate you.
Excellent. There are 2 possible answers, 8192 or 2918. The only way to get the 8 kilogram difference is to have the 1 kilogram and 9 kilogram weights next to each other. What? How did you manage that? You're pretty unstrong. And pretty. Well, I am the professor's assistant after all. You're very scary too. Bye. Thanks for the puzzle. Tell your mommy I said hello. Okay. This place is a bit of a puzzle itself. I can't see a thing. What should we do, Professor? Stay calm, Luke. We'll just have to make our way very carefully. Puzzle number 131, a dark maze, worth 30 picarettes. These pipes make for quite a maze. Additionally, it's so dark that Layton can only see directly in front of him. Can you move Layton through the exit and lead him to the goal? Alright, so this way has to be where we go. It has to be this way then. Nope. I'm leading him down every wrong path, but it's not really that big a deal. Almost there.
Some puzzles must be met directly. I love the thrill of a good solution.
You've arrived. Now you can finally get somewhere brighter. It wasn't really a puzzle. Well, fortunately, we got through. We got through that without any tumbles. Let's go. Really? There may be some clues about the Specter around here. We should keep our eyes peeled. Goosey! Goosey, what are you doing here? Well, this factory sticks out from the rest of town, doesn't it? So I thought it'd be a good place for me. It looks like I'm still sticking out. That's Goosey. Well, you did jump out and greet us quite aggressively. I can't help it. I get so excited. Look at this puzzle. Puzzle number 132, Paint Spinner, worth 30 picarets. The illustrations below depict an elaborate painting contraption. By rotating the center handle, you can spin this crazy thing, which has paintbrushes attached to the other side of the 3 prongs, shown as the 5 small white rectangles in illustration 2. For the purpose of working out your answer, you can ignore illustration 1. Oh, I think I see what you're saying. Turn this crazy contraption 90 degrees as shown by the yellow arrows. Which pattern, A, B, C, or D, will it paint? Okay. It'll paint the outmost part the most. Which means this one or this one. Oh wait, now outmost part there, and then it has that there. Which is a pretty decent distance away. So, Oh, it could also be C. Alright. Let's see. Oh, it's not even giving me the full thing to draw on with Memo. I kind of need the full thing. Thanks, game. Alright, anyway. This is more of that spatial reasoning nonsense that I'm so bad at. Okay. Alright, the furthest out and the closest in have to even out, and that means C.
This took some creative thinking. A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Correct. The contraption will paint pattern C. Not sure who would want anything painted to this crazy thing, but whatever. You solved it! So you won't tell anyone about my hiding place? You have my word that we won't tell a soul. Alright, you folks are some of the nicest people I've ever met. Let me give you some information. The people going in and out of this factory are fishy. Really fishy. Even fishier than me. More fish.
Goosey, I wouldn't say that you are all that fishy.
I overheard them talking about which part of town they would hit next by the Specter. It'll stick out that time. Who knows what they would have done if they found Goosey.
How did you manage to stay hidden that time?
Well, that was kind of an emergency hiding. I can do that. Ooh, let's look at the episode then. It's Goosey. On a day like any other, Goosey was contemplating how to avoid sticking out. Never thought about anything else. At least until he heard these words of wisdom.
Welcome. If you're looking for the freshest fruit and veggies in town, you've come to the right place.
Oh, what good are fruits and veggies?
Goosey, what's wrong? How can you be down on this beautiful day?
No matter where I go, I always seem to stick out. You don't stick out. How do I stop doing it?
That's what you're worried about? Goosey, you silly man. Here's my advice. Hide and don't worry about sticking out. People won't notice if you don't sweat it.
So I just have to stop worrying so much and I won't stick out?
Yep, you might even be able to hide your whole body if you just let everything stick out.
All of me? Sticking out? Never thought of it that way.
If you weren't so worried about hiding, it would be more fun too. Just relax.
Thanks, Marilyn. I've been hiding in the shadows so I wouldn't stick out. How foolish. Now my eyes have been opened. Now I'll hide by sticking out.
I'm glad you feel better. I'll accept the fee for my services.
You're going to charge me for that?
I think I see a little cash sticking out of your wallet.
I bet you see all of it sticking out. Cute. I like Marilyn. I like doing her voice too. It's very, very mousy, but still, you know, I don't know, a little mysterious even. Some scrap metal!
So what do we do, Professor? The crates are blocking the way.
Quite a problem.
They're too heavy to move. Professor, we can use that crane up there.
I think you might have it, Emmy. Let's give it a go. Puzzle 133, freight crane worth, 50 picarettes. Okay, the crane can lift and move either 1 or 2 pieces of freight at a time, but moving freight only 4 times. Can you get the parcel into this corresponding symbol? Use that to move it left to right, that to pick them up. Crates can only be lowered into an empty space. You can align the crane so it picks up 2 crates when you touch. Okay. My nose is a little stuffy right now, sorry. Interesting. Only 4 moves, though. I need to move... I need to move 4 things. Alright, so it doesn't count as a move until I drop these, right? Alright, restart. And what happens if I drop them on top of each other? Nothing? I can't do that. Okay. Restart. No, restart. No, restart. Okay. No. Pick it up. Do I have... Oh, yeah, I have to do it in 4 moves. Okay. I feel like I have to get this circle out of the way first. But I feel like it's a waste to place it down without placing it where I need to. Move 2 parcels on your first turn. Don't ever need to move the diamond because it's already in place. Alright, so I don't need to move the diamond. 2 parcels first turn, which means this or this combination. Hmm. The circle and the triangle to the right of that. Two parcels at once my next turn as well. No, restart. There we go.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure. I love the thrill of a good solution.
That's right. Every piece of phrase is on its corresponding symbol. Now we can proceed. 3. Uh-oh. Let's head back. 2. There we go. Alright, who are you?
Who are you? How'd you get in here? Philly, what do I care anyway? I'm this old fool, forced against my will to make wild contraptions for a bunch of crooks.
Crooks? Contraptions? What sort of contraptions?
Machines that shoot great plumes of smoke into the air. Machines that crawl on many legs. I mean, machines that do boring everyday stuff like make toast, you know, toast machines. I've been sworn to silence, so don't tell a soul what I said, okay? I don't say it. See, don't you say anything about those hoodlums causing havoc in town with their secret plan.
What secret plan?
The one I didn't tell you about. Don't you see I'm jeopardizing my job by telling you all this? Here, solve this puzzle so I can trust you. You're not getting any more out of me until then.
Number 134, engine parts, worth 45 picarets. There are 6 loose parts of a steam engine here. See if you can fit them together to complete the engine. You will need all these parts to succeed. Here's a tip, don't be too flat with your thinking. Don't be too flat with my thinking. I'm guessing that these lines indicate that it overlaps with the lines on the side. Wish I had more room to move these out of the way. Yeah, they overlap some, don't they? Interesting. The way the colors are seem to be a bit of a hint as well. I'll bet the colors tend to match up. Doesn't seem as though you have too many parts to fit the frame. You need to think of how to put this engine together in 3 dimensions. This part doesn't fit anywhere like I'd want it to. There we go.
This took some creative thinking. No puzzle is without an answer.
Crap, the engine you put together looks awfully old and worn. Wonder what it powers.
My beautiful steam car! Thank you so much. That was impressive. I used to be impressive. I used to be the boss of this place. It was my understanding that the factory was shut down. Why are you still here? Why are you one of them? They said they couldn't say a word to anyone. Under no circumstances can I say that this place is being used to make steam machines, they said.
You're making steam machines?
No! Don't you get it? It's exactly what we're not doing here. I'm also not allowed to say that we're making other devices too.
Excuse me, sir. Are you actually trying to tell us all this?
Of course not. If I did that, I'd be in some real trouble. I'd never tell you that we're pushing the red and blue buttons on the pressing machine operated set either. Or will I even hint at what lies about through that opening on the assembly line? I understand. Thank you for your time, sir. Perhaps you should take a break for the day. Who are you? How did you get in here? There's nothing here.
The conveyor belt stopped. We can go through now.
Very helpful, chief engineer he was.
Oh, Professor, there's a big gap in the floor there.
That looks too far to jump over. Perhaps we could drop that metal sheet that's hanging up there.
If we could destroy the pillars that supports it, it should fall. Looks like it'll take more than a swift roundhouse kick to bring those pillars down.
Emmy, try using one of these. Puzzle number 135, Blasted Plank, worth 50 picarets. You can't proceed because of a large gap here. Drop the metal sheet hanging up from above the gap to make a bridge. Try different combinations of dynamite sticks of differing strengths to destroy the 4 pillars holding up the metal sheet. Match the stick to the appropriate pillar. For each match, you will see a crack in the pillars. Place the dynamite and push the red button when you're ready. Each stick of correctly placed dynamite will leave a crack in the pillar. None of them worked. None of them worked. 2 hits. That was 1 hit. That was 1 hit. Confusing myself. Not getting it right. 2 hits. Okay, yellow is absolutely not there. Got it.
I think I've got this one.
Took me longer than it should have. I wasn't
That puzzle was no problem.
I wasn't putting logic to the puzzle, I was just guessing. Cracking job. Now you can continue forward. Now we can move on. Good work, Emmy. Let's go.
Huh? The door won't budge. Professor, is something written here?
It says 1, 3, 5. Maybe a hint to opening the door. Let's search the factory again for clues. Alright, so let's turn off 4 and 5. Alright, 4 and 2. The levers we saw throughout the factory unlocked the door.
It's definitely going to open now. Finally, now we can... What's the matter, Luke? Afraid? No, I mean, no, of course not. I love how exciting this all is.
Stay calm, both of you. Let's go. Remember to maintain a clear head.
What is that?
That beast is the infamous Specter.
Everything's ready. You sure you want to go?
Why, of course. I wouldn't miss it for the world. I have been waiting patiently for the perfect moment to make my grand entrance. The final act belongs to me. Herschel Layton, I hope you are prepared to play your part.
Sure. Chapter 10. A Legend Revealed. Now, let's go save Ariana.
Professor, where do we start? Jakes and his men are probably headed back to the police station.
We don't get to see what the Spectre actually is. Thanks, Layton. Thanks for that. Nope, nope. No, damn it! Oh, I only needed the one. One more was all I needed, and I could talk to that guy. Oh, puzzles. We've missed puzzles. Alright. I said we need to get back to these at some point. so here we are. Number 80. Paint the plinth. Worth 55 picarets. What's a plinth? You must paint several cubes that will form a base platform when put together. All cubes are the same size. You can paint them. You have to paint them all at once, and you have only the paint. You can only paint the visible sides of the base. For example, if you painted a base made up of 2 cubes, you would only paint 4 sides of each cube. If you wanted to make a base made up of cubes painted on 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, and 4 sides, what is the lowest number of cubes you would need? You can place cubes on top of each other. Need to paint a base made up of 2 cubes. You would only need to paint that. If you wanted to make a base made up of a cube painted on 1 side. Okay, for it to be on 1 side, only this side would show. It would have to be covered bottom, right, left, up, and behind. 4 side one would be behind it. So it would be back here. So that's 2 cubes so far. Ugh. No! Place just 1 cube on the ground, then 5 sides will be showing. Place a cube next to it, both cubes will have 4 sides showing. One has to have 2 cubes connected to it, and 1 cube above it, to make it so only 1 side shows. Now it's 3 side shows. Let's say 8. I'd seriously doubt this is correct, but...
Some puzzles must be met directly. What could have gone wrong here?
Only the top surface, of course. Alright, so I'm going to look at this from above. Only your top surface is showing, so you would have to have a cube here, a cube here, a cube here, and a cube here. Okay, each of these has 4 sides showing. You have 3 sides showing now. You now only have 2 sides showing. That's 7.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
It says you can place cubes on top of each other, not that you have
I
to.
love the thrill of a good solution.
Correct. You would need 7 cubes. You need at least 5 cubes to get a single cube with only 1 side painted. In order to paint one of those 5 cubes on 2 sides, you need to add another 2 cubes. Once that base configuration has been made, the rest of the cubes should follow. Alright, 81. Stick and move. Worth 45 picarets. A man is moving a water jug using a round stick and a long plank. If the circumference of the stick is 20 centimeters, how far ahead in centimeters would the water jug be after 1 complete turn of the stick? Assuming the plank, stick, and jug do not slip out of place or get stuck. They don't give us a measurement of this at all. So it would be 20 centimeters, right? Something doesn't fit.
Some puzzles must be met directly. A little more thought is in order.
The stick is moving. What else must be moving too? Oh, 0.
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
No, wait.
What could have gone wrong here?
What am I missing? So it'd be 40? Wow, that's the worst 4 ever.
This took some creative thinking.
Yeah, okay. Because the thing is moving
No
with it.
puzzle is without an answer.
Of course, that makes sense. Gotta roll! When the stick rolls around, it moves forward 20 centimeters. The plank also moves 20 centimeters as it's pushed. Silver marbles, number 83. Worth 35 picarets. Oh, it's another one of these. Solve this puzzle, you need to remove all but one of the silver marbles below. You can jump vertically over adjacent marbles. Also, you cannot move, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. One of these. Alright, so the key is to make sure we move towards the middle as much as possible. Wow!
A challenging puzzle, to be sure.
Once you understand that logic, actually, it makes it a lot easier.
A gentleman leaves no puzzle undone.
Sterling work. Perhaps the most satisfying way to solve the puzzle is to leave the final marble in the very center. Did you manage it? I did, actually. Number 84, 16 tulips. 40 picarets. You planted 16 magic tulip bulbs in this 4x4 flower bed. Watering the space will cause all the magic bulbs in the same row and column to sprout if they are below ground, or recede if they are above ground. Can you figure out how to fill the entire flower bed with tulips? Restart.
I'll handle this one, Professor. You can't let a puzzle intimidate you.
Correct. Watering the flower bed will fill with tulips. Well, now the garden is full, you have to work out how you're going to water all those flowers for the rest of summer. And number 85, bus stop. Worth 55 picarets. The buses at the stop leave at the times indicated in the schedule below. The first column marks the hour, and the next 3 mark the minutes. All the buses start at the bus stop and take exactly 1 hour to return. There's a minimum number of buses necessary to service this bus stop. One bus can do this. One bus can do... Actually, let's make that red. Can do that. And one bus can do... that. And this happens. I'm gonna say 3.
What do you think about this? I need to look at that again.
I guess it has to be 4 then.
I think I've got this one.
No?
I hate being wrong.
I can't be right with 5. That doesn't sound right. Whenever we do these minimum number of blanks to do blank, I'm always off by a lot.
I'll handle this one, Professor.
It really is 5. Huh.
That puzzle was no problem.
And it's exactly as I painted it, pretty much. At least 5 buses are necessary to serve this route. 4 buses wouldn't be quite enough. Alright, number 87, Flip Maze 2. Here's another double-sided maze. The goal is to make the ball in the maze, which is marked by a star in the lower right corner. When the ball drops into one of the holes, it appears on the other side. The maze is a bit bigger than last. Can you get the ball to the star? This one's mostly just trial and error. Oops, no, come back. Oh, back to the beginning. There we go.
I think I've got this one. You can't let a puzzle intimidate you.
Amazing! That was a lot of work, eh? Here's for a glass of lemonade and some cake. Well, thank you, game. That takes care of all the missing puzzles. Let's hope we can find ourselves a rat.
Incoming? Crow! They've got Ariana in the plaza. I know what's about to go down, but it doesn't look good. Let's hurry, Professor! Quickly now. We'll take care of all the stuff at Tony's note. You get to the plaza.
I'm gonna look real fast to see if I can get a rat to pass me by.
Ariana and Lucia are at the Grand Plaza in High Art Square. Let's hurry.
Not gonna let me go any further, huh? No rat spawning. Let's go back down here real fast. Oh well. Damn it! Ugh! It's this one scene. I'm gonna go back and forth a few times. Damn it! No! I'll get it eventually. Got it! 10 badges. And they're mice, not rats, I know. Alright. You! What do I get for 10 badges?
Whoa, look at that! Finally, someone is clearly serious about mouse badges. I think you're ready to help me out full-time.
Actually, I wouldn't be very good at closing down streets or evacuating people.
You got it all wrong. I was just doing that for a little while. My true calling is fighting the tiny specters that threaten the town, the four-legged ones.
What? There are more specters? With 4 legs?
That's right. Getting rid of these tiny specters, or mice as some call them, is my true calling.
Wait, you're not talking about actual specters, just mice.
Just mice! How dare you! In a town with as many canals as ours, mice are just as damaging as any Spectre.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Now that you see the gravity situation, help me get on my quest to get rid of the mice. You just need to tap any mice you see pop into the open. You get points depending on the type of mouse you touch. If you tap Toppy, you will lose points, so be careful. He's the only good mice in town.
Sure, let's play Mouse Alley. Oh dear, I probably fucked everything up. I'll try and fix that in a bit. I'm sorry. Oh, there was a gold one too. They're a tricky bunch. I feel like this might be easier on the original controls with the stylus. Now they're not coming out all the way. Okay, hold on. Tiny bit, tiny bit. I need to get this pixel perfect so that everything isn't fucked. There we go. Okay, Mouse Alley rank has gone up. 830 points. Look at all these! Look! That is way too many points that you could possibly have. Well, it was a fun little mini game, I guess. Fun to unlock it, but let's move on. Alright, give me just a sec. Alright, I think that got it better. Oops, wrong way.
Emmy, Luke, I have an idea. Do exactly as I say.
You got it, Professor. Of course.
Meet me in the Grand Plaza. What's this?
Let her go. Lucia didn't do anything.
That's what all you monsters say. I didn't do anything. I don't see any other monsters who could smash buildings, do you?
But...
And you kept it going by playing that cursed flute of yours.
No, that's...
Huh. Who would have thought this child would destroy a town? Appearances can be deceiving. But deceiving appearances can also be deceiving. Ain't nothing deceiving about the appearance of this witch.
I didn't do anything.
Stop right there, Jakes. If it isn't the Professor. I've got another cell with your name on it, Layton, and this time, I'll be watching you. Lucia is not the Spectre. This huge blob of blubber is the Spectre. Case closed. Your third eye fails you, Jakes. Lucia was only part of what you perceived to be the Spectre. It's really too bad this will be your first unsolved case. I don't have unsolved cases. What are you talking about, Layton? I think it's time we got a full look at the real Spectre.
Miss Tallery, I now give you the Specter.
This is an excavating machine. It's used to dig up artifacts.
What, really?
Very impressive.
A digger, eh? I'll bet I could take that thing.
Luke, you've done a fine job.
Thank you, Professor.
But where's Emmy?
Someone built this machine to dig up the Golden Garden. The rumors of its existence here in Miss Tallery were too tempting. This machine was searching for the entrance to the Golden Garden as it dug up various parts of town. These repeated excavations slowly weakened the land, resulting in the sinkholes we observed. Lucia wasn't attacking the town. She was trying to stop this machine. The Spectre that everyone saw was Lucia battling the machine. Behind the thick fog, the two appeared to be a single entity rampaging through the town.
What, really?
The fog was a man-made creation. This was key to understanding the true nature of the Spectre. The perpetrator produced thick fog to hide his tracks and was then able to dig anywhere in town.
What's this about a man-made fog?
Creating fog requires quite a bit of water. Our suspect used water from the canals to make the fog.
Oh, so it wasn't displacement.
Lucia sensed this disturbance and attacked the machine. The fog completely obscured their battle.
Is this a joke?
A gentleman rarely resorts to punchlines. Luke here noted that the water levels in the canals dropped whenever the Spectre appeared. It was then that I realized that this Spectre could not be the Spectre of legend. Someone was clearly taking advantage of the folktale.
Strange myth solved. Spectre solved. The fog was artificially created using the water in the canals to conceal the Spectre's identity. The fog that emerged each time the Spectre appeared was created artificially by a machine. The Spectre was a specialized excavating machine, operated by a certain scientist for the purpose of locating the ancient Golden Garden hidden in Mist Tallery. The real Spectre was destroying everything in its path to find the Golden Garden.
Quite an interesting revelation. However, the question stands. What evil mastermind could be behind such a thing?
The final question. It was someone drawn by the lure of the Golden Garden. A person willing to destroy the town to satisfy a lust for personal glory. Someone who now stands among us. This same person is responsible for spreading lies about the Spectre all over town. And that person is you!
What?
There must be some sort of mistake, Mr. Layton. I'm just a butler. How on earth could I have done any of this?
You kidnapped Mrs. Triton and threatened to harm her if Clark didn't keep quiet about your plot. With Clark under your thumb, you were free to do as you pleased in town. And you, Chief Jakes, you were Dolan's accomplice all along. You two hatched this plot, hoping to unearth the Golden Garden.
Layton!
Quite amusing, Mr. Layton. However, I'm sorry to say I have no idea what you're talking about.
I am delighted you find humor in this. I, however, do not. Allow me to explain.
Well, by all means.
Luke noticed the low water levels I mentioned earlier. He recorded all the data in his notebook. But, as it happens, some of his entries turned out to be incorrect. These were mistakes made by his source of information. A certain informant, we'll call him. However, even when Luke's predictions were wrong, residents were still evacuated from the neighborhoods where the Spectre appeared. Isn't that odd? I find that odd. Doland, do you find that odd? I will take that as a yes. You see, Doland, even without Luke's predictions, you knew when and where the Spectre would strike. You warned the residents not for their safety, but so they would not see what the Spectre really was. That is why you passed along Luke's warnings in the first place.
You certainly do not disappoint. Congratulations. That was truly Layton-esque.
Uh-oh. Last time we heard that, Emmy said it.
Professor! Just like you said, I found them in Mr. Triton's cellar. The real Dolan and Mrs. Triton were being held captive down there. I freed them from the cellar and took them to safety.
It is clear enough that you are not Doland Noble, the Triton family's faithful butler. So tell us who you really are.
You are correct, Professor Layton. It's time to end this charade.
Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. You said we wouldn't get caught.
Right, end the charade. Continues wearing a mask.
What an ugly little man you are.
And Jakes, you killed Mr. Bod, didn't you?
No, I'll just change the will. Bod's death was an accident. I'll just make everything go to clock. Well, I forged the will, sure, but only because he told me to.
Oh, is that why? Apparently I made a pact with a small-minded dullard. How truly unfortunate.
What did you just call me?
A dullard, a fool, a nitwit. Layton, your intellect is formidable. I have truly enjoyed this.
You have us at a disadvantage.
Indeed. My name is Descole. I am an artistic man of science with rather lofty goals.
Descole, huh?
Descole?
It really is a pity. I had high hopes that the Golden Garden was here. It was all such a waste of time. And this meaningless town. I'll have my fun by destroying it.
Oh, he made more.
Ariana! Don't move!
Luke, wait!
Quickly, everybody, this way!
Are they trying to free Lucia?
Well now, I believe the time has come.
Of course they can combine.
Magnificent! I do believe the townspeople are in for a treat. The Specter was but a prologue. Now for the grand finale!
Professor, we have to stop him. What should we do, Professor?
I must stop that machine. You two get everyone to safety.
No way! As your assistant, I can't let you face danger alone. Same here. I'm not leaving. I can help you stop that machine.
We don't have time to debate this, so we will instead take time for a break. So get up, stretch, whatever you need to do, be able to keep watching comfortably. And I will be right back.